Most of y'all have had me before. Some of y'all haven't, and you're scared to death probably, but don't be. You don't need to be. Let me go ahead and pull up my handouts. Go ahead and get your handout and your syllabus out. I think I sent those to you. If you didn't check it, then I'm sorry. That's the way things go. You need to check your email more often. Let's see. Let's go with syllabi. Syllabi 111. Open. And there's the syllabi for Math 111. And the only thing that I'm going to just touch on the book. Do you need a book? No. You don't need a book. You can use an old book. You can use you can share a book. You can use a used book. You can buy a new book. It's up to you what you want to bring to class. You don't have to bring a book to class. The book is online. I'll show you how to print out by each section online the book, so you can just put holes in it, put it in your notebook, and bring it to class. So you can get the access code. That is the main thing, the access code. You can get the access code with a new book. You can get the access code at the bookstore, which they conveniently run out of all the time. So you'll have to get it online. Now, the way that you get it online is when you have to go to Blackboard. I don't use Blackboard. I don't like Blackboard. I don't endorse Blackboard because it's always down. Okay? But go to Blackboard, click on the link on the left that says link to MyLabs Plus, and I think it sends you to another link. Click on it, and if you're using Firefox, which you should, that's what they tell us to tell you to use, there should be a little shield, like the little shield, little triangular shield. You have to click on it and answer some questions or something about pop-ups or something. I don't know. And once you get there, you'll go to a 14-day trial period screen. If you have your access code, if you bought a new book and you've opened it and you're not going to take it back, then type in that access code. If you don't have an access code and you're not going to buy one for the next couple of days, use the 14-day trial period, because after Tuesday, we're going to be going. All right? So you're going to have to get some homework done after Tuesday. So, and then there's an option for you to buy your access code online. Now, if you've had this class before and the book is not changed, you should not have to do that. Okay? If you've had this class before, you should be able to go on, and you should already be enrolled, I think. I don't know how that works, but Ms. Nix, maybe you can check and see how it works. I don't know. That's WebAssign. MyLabs Plus. I didn't know you could buy it for a year.
Yeah, you can buy it for a year.
I didn't know that. Oh, yes, because it's a 110, 111, that's why. So you already have it. So some of y'all that's had 110, you shouldn't have to do that. So just get logged on, okay, to MyLabs Plus. That's more important than anything. Get that done first, because some of y'all are going to wait till 3 weeks, and then you're going to piss me off, and I ain't going to talk to you, and that's all. It's going to be a bad situation after that. So don't wait 3 weeks. Get logged on now. Second thing you need to worry about is your book. You decide what you want to do with your book. I don't care. I want you to bring graph paper, colored pencils, notebook, calculator. We'll use a little bit, not much. And that's about it. Okay?
Okay, it should come up like it came up when you took it, but the website's down. It said,
Let me guess.
sorry.
Blackboard is down?
No, it's MyLabs Plus. It says, we are sorry, your course did not load properly. This problem usually corrects itself if you simply try again. But I've already tried 3 times. So it'll load.
What Internet Explorer, what are you using the search engine? Okay, try Mozilla Firefox. See if that'll work better. All right. Now, I don't know if this one has the outline. It doesn't. Yeah, it does. There it is right there. That's the most important page right there of your syllabus. The rest of it's pretty much junk. This is the most important page. Make sure you keep that page in your notebook. Because therefore, if I'm on 8.7 and you miss a day in class or a week in class, then you know the next section I go to is going to be what? 9.1. You know that because you have the syllabus outlined. This is a very important page. Okay, do not lose this page. Put it somewhere prominent where you see it. I usually tell students to put this in the front of your notebook, in the sleeve, in the plastic out covering sleeve. Slide it in there so you'll have it. Okay, only 2 out of 10 students actually do that, and the rest of them lose theirs and don't know what's going on. And they ask me something and I don't reply to their email because I've already covered it. That's something else I need to tell you. First of all, I know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had my class before?
No.
Okay. 5 out of y'all, 5. Okay, so you haven't had me, you haven't, you haven't, you haven't, you haven't, have you? What'd you have me, 120? Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Last summer? This summer? Oh, the online class. How'd you do? Did the videos help you? Good. Because a lot of teachers can't get students to pass 110 in the class, much less online. So you did good. So you've had me, but you haven't had me in class. So you count as logistics. You learning the same, but other students. Okay, shut up. Anyway, if you text me or email me and I don't reply, it's either because I've covered the material and you should already know it, or we'll take care of it next in class. Okay? In other words, some things y'all think are detrimental are not. Okay? We talked about Hammy the squirrel before y'all came in. Some people will go crazy over the smallest things you don't need to. If, let's say you're taking a test on Unit 1 and power goes out and you have an incomplete on your test on Unit 1. No big deal. You just, if you want to send me an email, that's fine, but you can take it up with me in class the next time we meet and I'll fix it. It's not a big deal. Even if it goes past the deadline, if you get it incomplete before the deadline and the next time you see me is after the deadline, I'll fix it. I'm very open, okay? I'm not like some teachers, right? I don't close the door at 11 o'clock. What time does class start? 11:10. Darn, I wasn't late. I was early. Oh, I thought it was. Shut up. See, it's people like that. That's why you're going to fail. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I had to give you 10 points. Anyway, I don't close the door at 11:10 and laugh at you while you're standing outside the door. I don't do that. And I don't, if you have something happen on your test, I don't say, oh, well, tough. I don't do that either. I don't give you crazy questions that you've never seen before on a test. I don't do anything like that. I think I try to be fair to everybody, okay? And now, when will you get a response from me? You will get a response from me if you are, let's say Mr. Smith is not able to come to class for the whole week during July 4th or whatever. I'm saying July 4th because if I say anything in the future, y'all will think it's real, okay? So July 4th, and I put 2 absences in on his attendance thing, then he's going to get a bureaucratic email, not from me, that says that he's a loser and he needs to talk to his instructor and he don't need to miss class. And then they're going to send me an email that says that I need to drop him. And then when I drop him, he's going to show up the next week, and then I got to send 3 or 4 more papers over to another person that's got an imaginary job, a made-up job. And see, the whole attendance tracker thing, the whole mandatory attendance, that feeds another 3 useless jobs, okay, bureaucratic jobs, federal government at work, all right? So, he emails me and says, I'm not going to be there next week because of blah, blah, blah. Then I will reply to him because this is important. I'm going to say, you need to email me and tell me you're watching the videos and tell me you're doing your work and blah, 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 and I'll give you 1 present for that week. Because the only reason I'm going to give him a present is so the bureaucrats won't be doing all their stuff. All right? That's why. So if something is important that we can't handle when you come back, then I will respond to you with an email. If I don't respond to you, that either means that I've covered the material, like is the final exam going to be online? I will not answer that because I answered that the first day of class, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I've already answered that. All right. Where is my grade? I won't answer that because I've already covered it the first day of class. Question like, can you go over number 42 on chapter 6? That I won't send a reply to, but I will put it in my folder and I will go over it in class. You see what I'm saying? I don't reply to every email, not because I couldn't cover it, it's just because I'll cover it in the next class. Unless I'm just sitting by the computer and I don't have anything else to do, and I'll say, yeah, we should be glad to. But most of the time I have so many emails coming in with questions that it's hard for me to keep them all, categorized. So just bear with me on that. So I've told you about how I respond to things. If it's important, then I'll probably respond. So make sure you keep this. Now, let me also tell you this. Let me go to the academic calendar. I need you to get your phones out and get your calendars out, because we're going to do what everybody should do the first day of class. Go to the message center and go to the middle of the page and pull up the academic calendar and pull up fall 2016 and go to the second page, and you are section A. So of course yesterday was first day of class, so today is first day of class. You don't need to write that down, but right here, Friday, that's the last day to do what? Add classes. Just like I told that lady, if her class is not making it at that time, then she needs to see me before tomorrow at 2 o'clock so I can get her in my 8 o'clock class. Because after tomorrow, there is no adding or dropping classes. Well, you can drop, but after tomorrow, you can't add. So at 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock's the deadline. Last day to drop classes. Now, what does that mean? August 23rd, you need to write that down. That's the last day to drop a class and not have anything on your transcript. In other words, you take Math 120 and you're in there till the 23rd and you decide, I just really don't want to take this class. And you drop it, then it won't even show up on your, won't even show up. It's like you never did take it. You need to write that down. This is for last semester, so you don't have to worry about that unless you got it incomplete last semester. All these are other sessions. Fall break, October 17th, write that down. October 18th, what is that called? Spring registration opens for currently enrolled students. That's when I go into my pre-advising speech. And I tell you about going to pre-advising. At that date, you got 4 weeks, 1 month, to go by your advisor and get unlocked for pre-registration, for registration for the spring semester. 70% of you will do that. 30% won't. And then you'll come up here, or you'll try to call during the break between summer and spring and fall, where are all the teachers? Out. They're not here. And then you'll get mad, and then you'll say Hubert sucks because he's never in his office. No, I'm not in my office during the break. No, I'm not. When should you have done this? October 18th through, what comes after October? November? Huh? November 18th, you should have took care of it. Or whatever, 30 days or whatever, 4 weeks. That's why we give you that time. So when that registration opens, you get the classes that you need. And not be the DA walking around during the break trying to find somebody to unlock them for registration. And this is another important day. Write this one down. October 18th is also the last day to withdraw from classes with a W. That means that you'll just have a W. You won't have a grade, you'll just have a W. After that, you'll have a grade with that W, and that will really affect your grade point average. Okay? And then the other 2 dates are very important. Here they are. These are test questions. When is the last day of class? So you need to write that down because that's a test question. If you've had me before, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't had me before, you need to, we had a student in y'all's class last semester that said that I put questions on the test because I'm full of myself. Yeah,
The only question you did about yourself was your name and race.
that's
Yeah.
it.
And then your phone number and email.
That's it. I pulled 2 or 3 things off of each of my handouts because that's what they're wanting us to do, to try to get more people to read their handouts and their syllabi. So that's what I was doing, but he said I was full of myself.
Did you pass the class?
Yeah, he passed, but he was different. He was interesting. You know, interesting, unique, and different. If somebody calls you that, there's usually a but behind it. But anyway, huh? I don't remember having a guy with a man bun.
Take it out and you put it all on his face. He sat right in front of us.
You played for the whole class.
Yeah, that may be why he has a man bun, because nobody notices him. Anyway, and the last week, the finals is when? The 30th through the 6th. December 6th is my birthday, so everybody bring me a present or you'll fail the class and live in the ditch. Okay? December 6th, last day.
How many years?
I don't know. 49 or 50, one of the two. I was born in 66, so I'll be 50. Okay? Question? Great, complaint.
Are we gonna have an election?
I hope so.
If Trump wins.
If Trump wins, I'm gonna buy pizza for everybody, yes.
Okay, so we're not gonna have class, we're just.
If the other one wins, we'll have a day of mourning for the country because it ain't gonna get much better. I went and I had to put some money in the bank, and I wanted to put it into I wanted to get the most interest I could out of it. And I talked to the banker, the head banker, the manager of the bank, and I said, which one's got the most interest if I put it in an IRA? He said, none of them. I said, why? He said, the economy's in the tank. I said, well, that's not what we hear on TV. He said, don't believe the TV. He said, we haven't had, what did he say, a gross domestic product or whatever it's called, GDP, of above 2% in the last 11 years. And he said the banks are not giving out interest because the interest on a savings account used to be what, 8%? Now it's 0.05%. And that's because the Dow Jones Industrial Average, it's there, it's okay, but the interest rates are so low on housing and all these other things that the banks having to drop their savings interest because of the interest on loans and stuff like that. So he tried to explain it to me, but it was all that banker stuff, and he just said basically, he said, it ain't where the news is telling you. Well, look how many stick-built houses are being built. Not many. I'm talking about real houses, not modular. I'm talking about real houses. They're not being built. A lot of them are not being built right now. You may see stick-built, the kind with the modular homes with the half of the 2x4s. They cut a 2x4 in half and they use that instead of a 2x4. Y'all have no idea what I'm talking about. But anyway, he gave me a lesson on the gross domestic product and told me that put my money in a jar and put it buried outside in the back because they're not giving away any interest right now on savings accounts or IRAs. I was like, dang, I learned something. Anyway, so that's that. Let me show you my other. Now this is for people that don't know me, and I'll pull that one up right quick. Well, I thought I was. I think I called it. Cleaned out. Let's see.
It has an assortment of vodka and uses in
What are you talking about?
Your chocolate and vanilla vodka.
Just hush about that. I don't know where you coming up with this stuff.
You told us last semester.
I said I had assortments of vodkas. What's wrong with that? No,
You wouldn't rather.
I did. I like my chocolate martinis. I like those. And just cause I don't drink beer and bourbon all the time. Yeah, buddy. Y'all watch this.
I had a whole bottle of Jack.
You graduated now?
No, I'm a junior. I was bad.
All right. Well, now you're an underage alcoholic. That's something to be proud of.
It's not good as usual.
Yeah, right. Whatever. All right, there's my information to get in touch with me. And I give them the cell phone. I don't give you my cell phone just to have a token cell phone number. I give you that because that's the only way you're going to be able to reach me. Now, if you look at my locator card, which I just sent out today in your email, you'll see that I'm spending most of my time in this room. On Tuesday and Thursday, I'm here till 2:30. So Monday and Wednesday, you can forget about office hours. Tuesday, Thursday, maybe, but Friday is the best day for office hours. But since half of y'all know me, half of y'all don't, really don't need office hours because I cover most of the questions in my class. So it's not like you're going to have to search me out like you do with your other instructors and then go to their office and ask them for help, and then they tell you what'd they tell you, or they told your mama. I don't want to waste my time with y'all. So I can't believe somebody said that. If I would say something half that bad, I'd be on me like white on rice. I mean, they would be on me no matter what. And these people, they can do that, and nobody ever says a word to them. Her mother took a class last semester, and the teacher, she went and asked questions in the office, and the teacher said, I ain't gonna waste my time.
She
Yeah.
asked for like extra problems. Sometimes like the overload.
And she said, and he said, I just don't waste my time. And she said, and he said, waste his time.
Isn't Dr. Maxwell economics?
Okay, we're not talking about that. Okay, you need to be quiet. You're going to fail. All right, there's a cell number. So write that down. It also is a test question. Here is a test. This is where I'm full of myself. Okay? Here's another test question. What is my email address? There it is. Now, the only way you can get that problem wrong is being non-sentient. Because the answers are all fixed to where you have to pick the right answer. Because I'm full of myself. All right, there's a little bit about me. Now, a lot of people say, why do you do all that? Well, the reason I do all of it is for several reasons. History of when I first started teaching, but mostly I do it to try to start the class with being comfortable. Now, I've got 5 or 6 students in here. I'm going to exclude you. Well, I'm not going to exclude you because I don't know if you know what a word to best describe my class would be because you were online, but I'll ask you anyway. I want everybody that's had me before to think of one word. No cursing involved, all right? No cursing. To describe my class, environment. Okay, class environment. All right, Miss Nix, what would you say?
Like comfortable when I can ask a question.
That's one word. Okay, some of my students don't follow directions very well. All right, go ahead. Political? Well, I am very political. I'm sorry. I'm the alternative. I'm the alternative to Mary Guerin. Okay, she's sweet. I love Mary.
I'm gonna get drunk my first class. I'm gonna get her.
The next one.
Yeah.
Well, just ask her if Hillary's trustworthy. That's all you gotta ask her. Okay. Who else? What would you say? Do not curse. One word.
Relax.
Huh? Relaxed? Enjoyable? Laid back? What would you say from an online perspective?
Well, I thought
Good.
Entertainers.
I had somebody say that yesterday. I was like, wow, I got entertaining. Now, a lot of you say, well, why is that so big? A teacher getting a word like entertaining for their class, that's good. I mean, that's good. Most teachers, you would expect boring, stupid, that kind of thing. I like to hear stuff like that. But you can go to Rate My Professor if you want to, but just don't tell me what it says. Okay, please don't. Well, good. I appreciate it. Yeah, try again, because I think it's important for you all to go to all your instructors and put them in there. Well, there's other teachers too. You need to do them too. Well, good. All right. So the full of myself questions are going to be.
Wait, what did you say? You don't have that on there. I just wanted to
86 to 96, I think. Somewhere around there, yeah. 86 to 96. I joined in 86 or, 86, I think. Okay? So that's all that. Now, here is my handy dandy. I'll pull it up. And I just sent it out so you'll know what it looks like. Locator card. And I think this is it. Let's see, there it is. Where's the attachment? No. Where's the attachment? Maybe this has it on there. There it is. No, that's a screenshot. Okay, locator card. I'll pull it up, sit in my office. There we go. And the locator card will look like this. And basically, that's the old one. That's got a mistake on it. Hold on. I suck, I know. Hold on. I just sent it this morning. I can't type this too. Well, revised locator card. I hope this is revised. I had to revise it this morning because I left out of class. I'm only supposed to teach 5, but I got 6. There we go. All right, notice that from 8 o'clock till 2:10, I'm in this classroom. And I'm also in this classroom at this time on Tuesday and Thursday, but you can come in early for class. That's good for y'all because you can come in, because I'm just sitting in here and I'll probably go get something to eat or I'll order pizza for us, one of the two. Okay, so pizzas usually come around payday. Okay, that's the last of the month. All right, so that's and you see this is the best time for office hours. So when I do the pre-advising, make sure you sign up for that time, 9 to 1, because that's the best time to get me in my office. Okay?
The revised locator card is on it. We
It's
just
not?
have the first one.
I haven't done
Okay, we need to check 1779, 646, 1779. Hold on just a second and I'll check to see if your name's on the list. Okay, I'll check, I'll send,
I got the calculus to you.
yeah, I sent it to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, just hold on just a second. Let me check to see who got this. The last one I sent out. Sent right here. Okay. What's your last name? Carter. Okay, you're gonna have to look up here and see if you see your name. You'll see it before I will. Does anybody see their name? Because I don't know what class
Yeah.
I'm on.
Carter.
Okay, that says Benny Carter. That's not it. Okay, well, I'm looking, I don't know how to make this bigger, except for there. On this,
Like down below.
down here, oh, okay, I didn't see that. All right, look for your name. You see yours? Okay, where is yours? Tell me where yours is, because that's the class. Over here? Bottom.
Well, there it is in the box. Mine's right there. And it's like beside the bed.
Side over this side?
In the top right corner.
Up here?
There it is. Mine's in the middle, so it's like.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be our class right there.
Well, I can't get rid of this thing, so we just have to, well, I'm just seeing if their names were on the list. If their name is not on the list, then that means they're not on the roll unless they just added. That's what I'm trying to find. Yeah, everybody was here, but they must have just added because I sent it. When did you add this class? And you could have missed it. When did you add? Which one? Who said they didn't have their name on it over here? What's your last name? Okay. When did you add this class? Okay, you could have missed it also. Just make sure, I'll send it out again because I didn't send it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it out again and I'll send the syllabi and everything else. Okay, you got that one? Okay, I'll send out the syllabi, the locator card, and the information sheet. I'll send that out again because I'm also going to send a couple of handouts that I'm going to cover today, and you should get them because since you added and since you're on the roll, it takes 24 hours from the time you add for it to go on the email. Now, if you do not get your email after then, you need to call 646-1779. You need to write that down. Anything, problem with Tri-County Tech stuff, call 646-1779. That's the help desk. You can also email them at helpdesk@tctc.edu. And any kind of problems, they'll fix it. And that's with your, anything having to do with Blackboard, which I don't use, I don't know nothing about. Anything having to do with your email, anything having to do with registration, as far as after we unlock it, you can't get into something, that's who you call, 646-1779. Just wait until Friday. I'm going to send out all these emails again. Wait until Friday and see if you get it, okay? It's not a big deal if you don't get it, you don't have it right now. Okay, now I'm going to show you the two handouts that you'll receive also. And I'm sent, and just say handouts. And the 4 or 5 people that's had me before, you've seen these before, so it's not a big deal. If I can find them. I'm sorry, what did you say?
The kid that's not here, is it the guy that came to class high last semester?
I don't know. People that do that, I don't notice them, because that's what they want.
No, you
So
asked him in class, you're like, are you high? He's like,
I don't remember who that was. Huh? Yeah, I do that to everybody. I asked them if they're on medication and stuff
He
like
always
that.
wrapped his hands up or something or whatever, and just like, you know what?
Are you making this stuff up?
I am not making this up. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah,
Where did he sit?
like the middle of the class, yeah. That was like his 3rd or 4th time being in class.
It sounds like a deadhead, but I don't know. I don't know who he was. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but y'all get, when I get to doing math, I'll be a lot better. That's the syllabi. There we go. There we go. All right, I showed you my information. Here is the second most important page. The first most important page is the outline. I told you that. This is the second most important page. And some of y'all that's had me before, this is very important because here's a lot of your DA questions that y'all ask right here. First of all your homework is online. And all of your tests. Hold on. Now, the next thing is I give you online tests, and these are the tests that you're going to see. You have 2 to 3 chances to take the test, and the My Labs Plus Course Compass is the same thing. We'll take the what of the grades? Let's take the highest grade. So if I give you 4 attempts, it's going to drop 3. If I give you 3 attempts, it's going to drop 2. Okay, just like if you've been in my class before, you know what I'm talking about, so you don't have to listen. But these people over here and you, if you make a 98 on the first try, you don't need to take the other 2 because it will be zeros, and 98, 0, and 0, it will take the 98. If you take 2 tries and you make a 72 and a 65, and you take the third time and make a 90, it'll take the 90. It automatically takes the highest grade. Capiche? Okay. I give you 7 to 10 days. Why do I give you 7 to 10 days? Because you have 5-day funerals and 5 dead grandmothers and 5 floods and all kinds of stuff on test day that you students have. Car won't start on test day. So I give you that. And I'll go over more of this after Tuesday when we go over My Labs Plus, and we'll probably start class Tuesday also. Here is another question. This is a question. Are my tests online? Yes. Is the final online? Yes. Here is the weights, but I'm full of myself. All these questions are about me. 60, 20, 20. That's a question right there. This question says, what is the weights of Hubert's grades in his class? 60, 20, 20, quack, water, or 30, 30, 30? And people pick 30, 30, 30. Why is that wrong? Doesn't equal 100. People pick it. Those people should not procreate. Okay. Some people got to look that word up. All right, that's one handout that you're going to receive. The other handout that you're going to receive is about courtesies. Now, I usually don't have a trouble with this. Most of the time, notice my courtesies, my number 1 rule. I showed y'all this. I treat students the way that I want to be treated. I don't have a problem with this. Like I said, I've only thrown 3 people out of my classroom. Now, I'm going to ask this question, and I want Miss Nix to be very truthful. The last person that I threw out of class, was it my fault or was it their fault?
No, it was definitely. And this was like 2 years ago.
It was definitely what?
It was 2 years ago, and it was definitely their fault. Like, this girl was just,
Different.
yeah.
Unique.
I really don't know how to describe her.
Yeah, it's just like she came in one day and
It was awful. We ended up ending class. Like, after it happened, he was like, I just can't even teach anymore, and everybody left. It was,
Violated word.
yeah, I mean, it's worse than that. But anyway, it was awful. I mean, I could not do anything right. And meanwhile, she was playing on her computer on Facebook. I mean,
You're on Facebook during class.
yes, but I do my job. And I'm only on Facebook when you come in before class or after class or when you're working on a problem.
but yeah, she started complaining. She was like, you don't teach. I haven't learned anything. This girl, like, half the time she took class, she got a 0 for her homework. Like,
And she went on, this is what one of my students
oh
said.
yeah, she went in.
Rate My Professor and put like 4 or 5 of the same
Yeah.
moans and complaints. They're all the same.
Like, if you go look at his bad reviews, all of them are from the same girl.
Yeah. She must have spent like 3 days on Rate My Professor. Anyway, I don't want to throw anybody out, but when you are disrespectful to me, I'm not disrespectful to you. I don't think anybody in here can call me disrespectful that's had me before. If you come up and ask me a question, and it's got 3 or 4 parts to it, and it's going to take 5 or 10 minutes, and while you're explaining how you did the first part, I'm talking to Mr. Smith or I'm texting on the phone. What is that? That's rude. So what's the difference in me doing that and you doing it while I'm talking? There's no difference. Now, what do I mean by talking? Quotation marks. Talking means math. If I'm up here talking to Mr. Smith about blah, 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 If I'm up here talking to Miss Nix about blah, 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 class hasn't started yet. Soon as I start, okay, let's get started. Soon as I start writing, soon as I say, okay, let's turn to page da-da-da, that's when the flag goes down. Now, when that flag goes down that says don't be disrespectful, that means that the cell phones, they need to be on silent or vibrate. And I don't go crazy if they go off. They'll tell you that. I don't. But after the first 5 or 6 times, you need to, I'm going to say something. But if you get a text or a cell phone call, all you got to do is go out in the hallway. That's it. You don't have to ask me. Don't ask me to go to the bathroom. Okay? Don't ask me to do anything. Just get up politely and walk out. That's what you do in a meeting. If you're in a meeting, if I'm in a meeting downstairs and I have to do something or I have to get a call, all I do is stand up and walk out quietly and answer my call or do whatever I need to do and come back in. That's the way things are done. It's called professionalism. And all I ask is that you do that to me, I'll do that to you. Unless you get attitude with me, and if you get attitude with me, then I'll throw you out of class. And if you don't leave, I'll get security to come and take you out of class. And then you have to go through, once security gets involved, then I have to go through a lot of paperwork, and we have to go to a meeting, and then we have to do all that bureaucratic stuff to get somebody a job. Okay? So let's don't do that. I don't think I have to. I mean, we had, 30 people in my class, and we didn't have a problem at all. I don't have problems because I treat students like I want to be treated. And those that have issues, they need to stay at home. Attendance policy. We talked about the attendance policy. I told you there's 3 ways to get counted present in here. 1 is to come in and sit in class. 2 is to step across the threshold, write a note, and give it to me. Not put it on my desk, because I have to see you, okay? Miss Wynn could write a note for somebody and put it on my desk, and the person's at home. That's not going to work. I have to see you. I want you to write a note, give it to me, and put your name on it. The other way is, like I said, email me if you see that you've got a family problem or a trip that's already planned, or you get hit by a bus and somebody has to call me. Just make sure somebody notifies me, because I'm going to try to give you a present, but I can't unless I know something. If I give you more than 2 presents, then all the sky's going to fall, because the bureaucrats over there in the library, they're going to go haywire and try to drop you, and I don't want that. So just communicate with me if you know you're going to be out for a whole week, so I can slip in a present in there to keep you from having to get email and all that starting, okay? Okay. I generalize when I speak. There's 4 or 5 students in here that's never had me before. There's this thing in life that's called a sense of humor, okay? We have lost, the United States has lost our sense of humor, okay? We have gone, have y'all seen Sausage Party? It's racist. That's what was on the news. There is a group protesting Sausage Party because the potatoes, the bag of potatoes, are racist. I'm sorry. They say that the Mexicans, the tacos, are stereotypical of Mexicans. Our country has turned into the United States of Kansas. I ain't kidding you. We offended over everything. I'm going to keep my sense of humor, and I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to smile. And if you get offended, I'm sorry. I'm not going to tell off-color jokes or crazy jokes. But come on, people. A bag of potatoes? That is an animated vegetable. My question is this. People say that the animated bag of potatoes is racist and bad, but people pay money to see Chris Rock, or that little short guy, what's his name? Kevin Hart. What are they? It's called jokes. It's called funny. It's called a sense of humor. I'm sorry. I don't sit at home and say, you know, Mr. Smith, I really don't like Mr. Smith, so I'm going to try to antagonize him until he leaves class. That's ridiculous. I made a joke a long time ago about somebody quitting school, you know, and I've been doing it ever since. I tell them they should quit school, they're losers, they should quit, they should drop the class, and if you do all that, you're going to where? Where are you going to end up? Live in a ditch. I had a student go home and tell their mother and father that I told them to quit school, and they called the vice president of the college. It's called a joke, people. Anyway, the vice president called the president, and the president said he does that to all the students. And I thought it was funny, because the president knows that I call people losers. But again, I have 84% retention rate, so I must be doing something right. Get a sense of humor. All right, who's got questions so far? Now, of course, my 4 or 5 students, they shouldn't have questions. How about the rest of y'all? Y'all got questions? Yes, I figured y'all would have questions.
This might be a stupid question.
No, probably something I hadn't covered.
Well, I didn't see where you said where.
Oh, we're gonna go over that. We're gonna go over that Tuesday, but it's in the grade book on MyLabs Plus, and you're okay because you're a new student. I'm not gonna fuss at you.
Okay.
There is something I need to tell you though, and it's gone. It just left. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Is that a metal straw?
No, have you seen this? No.
That just,
Awesome.
that's like a fork that we would sell on.
That's what you call straws.
Okay,
It's like a Yeti.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
It's in Yeti
I just
straw.
like
It's
them.
really cool.
Yep. Let's just forget that last statement.
Well, I thought I was kind of discriminating, putting a chopstick and stuff
Who sucks on chopsticks?
I'm offended.
on. Fork, though.
I'm offended. Anybody got a piece of paper on fill out? There was something I was going to say. Oh, supplies. That's what I was going to say because you brought that up about MyLabs Plus. A book. I told you. You bring whatever you want to.
Colored pencil.
The colored pencils. I've already told you that. Yeah. Okay. Access code. How do you get your access code?
Online.
Online.
Bookstore, or you buy one.
Okay, you buy a new book and it comes with it. Now, calculator, that's up to y'all. Whatever you want to bring to class, that's up to y'all. You don't have to ask me to bring food. I got food. It's not a big deal. You bring whatever you want. Just don't be bringing lasagna in here unless you got enough for everybody, okay?
Are we gonna be using is it worth putting one month?
TI 83. How much is TI 83? What kind of phone do you have? Okay, then you should be able to download the TI 83 through Rabbit EMU.
Okay, you don't have to get
Aren't
this.
Casios, they do the same thing with
Yeah, they're fine. Casio's fine. But you bring your book if you get a Casio, because it's been since Clemson since I used a Casio and I forget some of the functions. Any graphing calculator will do. I depend more on your brain than I do the calculator. We will do the calculator to do things that you normally don't do in your head. But the first unit, you don't need to worry about that because it's basic trig. And we don't need a calculator, I don't think, too much. You can get by with a scientific for the first unit. Those of you that do have an Android phone, you can go to Wabbit, it's WABBIT, EMU, and you can download a TI application for your phone. iPhone users, I don't know what to do for that. Android users, Android users are on welfare, so we get free things like that. iPhone people, y'all are up here, so.
Well, if you have a computer, just type in graphing calculator online and then
Yeah, you can do that too, but not many people carry around a computer. Most people carry around a phone.
Okay, well.
If you would have worked with me a little bit,
Who does homework? Like, you're like, oh, I gotta look at that question.
maybe
Our
80,
homework is
maybe you just don't do that.
Our homework is online, so you have to use the computer.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay,
You
so-
can bring laptops. I do ask that you be respectful and, you know, Mr. Smith with the sucking on a fork thing. Please don't be pulling up anything pornographic, okay? Okay, evidently he's got things on his mind there. I just want to make it turn red.
You know how you talk about food though? Did you bring in the cornbread and buttermilk one time? Because you talked about that in
Yeah.
two class periods last semester.
I'll be glad to. I gotta bring onions and pepper and, yeah, it's good.
No, do
I
it.
don't know about
That sounds good.
It is good. Buttermilk, cornbread, onions, and Tabasco sauce. Make you, I can't use Slappy Pappy, you can't do that anymore. Make you smack your grandma. That's some good stuff. All right, who's got other questions? Now, you good? You answering for everybody or what? There's some people in here that might have a question. All right. Get your stuff squared away. Make sure you're here Tuesday and make sure you're ready to start, okay? And we're going to have fun. There's a small class, that means fun. And hopefully no jerks, Mr. Smith. You look familiar. I thought you looked familiar.
Yeah, I got my things.
That's it. That's fine. I usually give I already give extra time as far as Tisco. I give like an extra half hour.
I saw that.
So that should cover it, but if not, you just let me know. Okay. That's fine. Yes, sir.
What is that? That's again, is it my life or my life?
You go through Blackboard, and on the left-hand side, there's a link, and it says Link to MyLabs Plus. Click on it. I think you have to click on one more link. Make sure you use Mozilla Firefox, and when you get to the link, there'll be that security thing with the little shield. You have to go through that, and then after that, it'll go to it. Okay? Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Just wanted to reiterate, you said you were going to resend all of those things?
Yes, I will, probably Friday morning.
Okay, thank you.
Do you need anything right now?